Hello, Stephen O'Hara here again with the Better Software Company. In this video, I'll be showing you how you can edit your events within the new BPro calendar. First, you'll need to open your calendar by clicking on your home menu and then clicking on Calendar. Once you have the calendar open, you'll find that you can click on any of the events listed within your view to pull up the event pop-up. The event pop-up lists out all of the pertinent details of that particular event. You'll find in the bottom right corner here you have an Edit Appointment button. You can click this at any time to edit the details of this event. What I'll do here is go through some of these fields and make some edits, quickly explaining the fields that are listed here. Okay, so first we have appointment name. I'm going to change that. Appointment name is not required, by the way. However, for my own sake, I think I'd like to give this a bit more of a relevant name here. I'm going to just say repeat job. You can assign an appointment color too. This will be a stripe of color that will appear down the side of the event. So I am going to pick red in this case. Now for your appointment start date, just click on this field and that will open up the date picker calendar. It's very easy just to select an alternate date. So I'm currently on the 3rd. You'll see the date that you currently have this event assigned to highlighted in green. Okay, and I think I'd like to move this to the 4th. You also have a little X option here. Be warned though, if you click it, this is to clear the contents of this field and pick a new date from there. Okay, so that's what will happen when you click the X. Same thing here on the time field. If you give that a click, that'll clear the time selection so you can start from scratch. I will click on this time field though and show you that we list out the times or the time options in 15-minute blocks. That's complete standard. You wouldn't want to see options given necessarily by the minute because there'd be a lot of them to choose from. But also, you can adjust the time to the minute right here in the field itself, should you need to. Okay, so let's say I want to actually set this for 12:37. Okay. Now what that does is it will adjust the end time as well. So based on the duration that you have set, so if I change the minute here, plus 2 hours, changes my end time automatically for me. And so that's where duration is really helpful. You'll likely be using start time and duration under a lot of scenarios, as duration can be very quick to pick, saving you the need to edit or set a specific end time. Okay, so hopefully that saves you some clicks. However, again, if you need to set a very specific end time, then feel free to do that. Next, here beneath the time, we have event information and we have address. So if I'd like to edit any of the event information as far as assignments, here I've got the option to select my truck or my team. Now here I have them built in mainly as trucks, so I'm going to just change this to the Ram. Okay, and then I have my employee selections, so I will make Deep, John, and Tom the staff assigned to this job. Add in any appointment notes as needed. Now these notes display on the printouts. Okay, so if you use the printouts for work orders or job summaries, they will be displayed here. They also have the ability to display on the invoice templates under the event section. So some folks will configure those invoice templates to create a little more of a formalized work order template. Okay, so they will display there. If the event that you are editing is recurring in nature, meaning simply that it's attached to a BPro recurring series, you'll see there then that you have an option to apply any changes you make to all future jobs. There's a very simple toggle switch. If you fail to switch that on, any changes you make will only apply to the current event. Okay, so bit of a safeguard there, right? So all you have to do is just click that toggle switch, and then you can apply those changes to all of the future jobs. You'll actually notice here too, on the side, any recurring based events in the BPro calendar have this new icon. These two arrows forming a circle indicate that this event is part of a recurring job. Okay, and then address changes. Very simply, you're selecting your service address, right? So you can just change the address wherever you're going. This will list out all addresses, sorry, on file for that client, as well as any global addresses in your system. Some of you may not use global addresses at all. Others, you might have a number of global addresses built into your system. So global addresses, just to explain a little bit, um, might be like just very general locations, like a strip mall's address or a business park's address. However, within that location or that main address, you might serve certain sub addresses or clients within there, so unit numbers or things of that nature. But if you frequent those places and you're finding that they're consistently coming up as being needed to assign as the service address, then you might find it easy to build them in as a global address under the Customize menu so that it's readily selectable in the address section here. All right, so I'm going to hit save. That'll move our appointment here over to Monday. And now it's blue and it has a red stripe. And I updated the entire series, so the other green ones that we had listed also updated as well. Okay, so pretty straightforward, I think, for the job event editing. You're going to find the same functionality here on any personal event. Personal events indicated by the little face icon. Hit edit, all the same stuff. All the same fields, literally. So you can name the event, so Steve's day off or doctor appointment. You can assign it to a specific truck or user if you need to. Okay, addresses as well. So you've got the ability to um, select the address or create one on the fly. Next up is the interaction events. So they're indicated by either a phone icon like we have here, slightly out of view, or the multiple people icon. That's for the meeting interactions. Okay, when you hit edit, just a few different fields, right? So we can change it from a call to a meeting or vice versa. Rename it, set our date, change our plan as far as duration or timing goes. Okay, update our notes or change who we assign this to. Okay, interaction events are pretty basic. You don't have the ability to assign stripes of color to them at this time, so just important differences there for you to make note of. You can also edit events by dragging and dropping them. New to the calendar, you can drag and drop any recurring based event. So here's an event denoted recurring by the double arrow circle icon here, and I'm just going to move it. I'm just going to click, hold my mouse, and drag it to a new day and a new time. When I let go, immediately the system knows that this is recurring in nature and will prompt me and really ask me whether I want to move just this appointment or move all future jobs tied to this series as well. Okay, so I'll just move this particular appointment. So that should give you significant flexibility, I think, in making just very quick changes, especially to recurring. Some of our clients or users certainly very heavy on the recurring job. So that should help out a lot. Now, yeah, the drag and drop I think is just really easy to use. You're going to find too, like when you go into day view, so if you drill into the day or click on the date itself to go into that day, um, then you can move them through your teams or your trucks, right? So, oops, you know what? I want to actually book this one in for um, the F-150. Okay, now if I want to pull up the pop-up or just complete the move, yep, and that's prompting me so that I'm not making changes accidentally. It's very easy to drag and drop something, okay? So all you got to do is just move it. The last thing you want, or the last thing we want too, is for a very important event to just, accidentally move to a different day and the consequences could be um, pretty significant, right? You miss a job, you lose a big client. So we try to just add a little fail-safe in there, because the alternative, like I said, of losing a client or missing a big job is a very negative scenario that we want you to avoid, right? So, okay, so dragging and dropping, really easy. Click, hold, and drag. It's important for me to also note, just so you know, and you're likely used to this functionality from the existing or old BPro calendar, okay? Um, there is no longer an ability to drag the edges of the appointment to increase the time. So we can jump to a different date, we can drag from one date to the next, but I can't increase the time. So this is currently in as a 1 hour appointment, right? 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. I can't drag the edge down to 9 a.m. and make it a 2 hour appointment. So in order to increase the duration, I need to hit edit and just change my duration right here. I'm just going to set it to 2 and done. Very easy. Um, dragging the edges is easy too. It's just not a current capability. So if that set of tools becomes available for us to incorporate into this, we absolutely will. But it's just not something that we have at our disposal at this time. So just so you know, when it comes to increasing the duration of a specific event, click on it, hit edit, go straight to duration. There we go. My hours. All good. So we've got some good editing options for you here. And yeah, if you have any questions on how to edit your events in the new BPro calendar, certainly let us know and chat in. And thanks again so much for joining me today. I'll catch you next time. Take care.